Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's team meeting. It's Friday, and we are about a week from Christmas. I think this might be the last night for Hanukkah. Kwanzaa is coming around the corner. If you don't celebrate any of those holidays, maybe you have a birthday or just life. Happy life, right? In the midst of this, why not say it? Why not say it? So let's give everyone a few minutes before we start the meeting today. Give everyone a chance to grab their seats. I'm kidding. There's no one coming. I'm in my home. That may be only funny to me, right? And that's okay, because part of the agenda for these meetings is we laugh together. So maybe you laugh at me. I don't mind. Thank you for accepting the invite and pressing play, though. This is a community we're building. And the goal is to take all the life-challenging, messy things that we're dealing with and talk about it as an agenda topic, create actions on it so that we can learn, laugh, and grow together. And I'm putting my life out there. Transparency about things that I've overcome, like hip replacements, bankruptcies, bunion surgeries, infertility claims, diagnoses, adoption, foster care, bad relationships, bad self-esteem. It's all available for us to discuss. And I want particularly learn from each other, and I will share the lessons that I have learned, because I am definitely not an expert on anything, but I can absolutely talk about these things and share my life experiences and what has worked, what didn't work. And after leading meetings for 20 years in corporate America, I feel like I'm going to apply the same principles so that we can move forward with action items and agenda topics that actually add value to your life. That's what we're doing in the team meeting, these videos. And we're also doing it. I'm also have created a podcast, the Team Meeting Podcast. It's up on Spotify. It's up on Apple. It's going to be up on Google and Pandora and iHeartRadio and Amazon even. I didn't even know they had Amazon Music, but anyway, all of those things. So we'll have the similar topics, but you won't see me. You only hear me, so you'll miss my beanies. So I'm very excited about it, and I appreciate all the feedback that you all are giving me about topics and how a joke that I made didn't make sense. I appreciate that too. Anyway, I appreciate any feedback you have for me. Put it in the comments or send me a direct message in Facebook or Instagram. I love it. I love being with you all. I love sharing with you all. So before we get into today's topic, let's talk a little bit about current events. Goats. We're going to talk about goats. Bah. Wait. Hold on. I think that's a sheep. I think that's a lamb. I don't know what sound goats make, but I'm not talking about animals anyway. I'm talking about greatest of all time. So I was reading today, maybe Twitter, that Randy Moss, a wide receiver, I don't know who he played for. I like sports, but I'm not that good. He said that he was the all-time greatest wide receiver. I think he's a sportscaster now. And then after him, Randy Moss, then came Terrell Owens. He said he's second. And then he said Jerry Rice, who was San Francisco for many years, was like third or fourth. Like, he's basically saying you're not number one, because so many, we know about Jerry Rice a little bit more, maybe not, but he's the one who's most familiar to me, although I do know who T.O. is. And he's basically deciding who's the GOAT. Who gets to decide who's a GOAT? Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for Green Bay, had a conversation or interview like last week about GOATs too. He laughed at the concept. He said, I don't want to get into this whole GOAT discussion. We should just end this. Because I think he's now being considered a GOAT for his success in football as a quarterback. He's only 35, though. I mean, when do you become a GOAT? At a certain age, or because of your leadership for your team? Because the number of wins you have? Who's a GOAT? Are you a GOAT? I'm a GOAT. We're all GOATs. Let's all be GOATs. Because there's only one fingerprint of who you are, who I am. Only I can do what I do. Only you can do what you do. So let's all just go with the intention to be the greatest of all time at ourselves. See, I turned that into something, right? I do love sports, though. But I could also go to sports and enjoy a beer and popcorn and forget the score for most of the game. I do it all the time. Not at my nephew's games. I don't drink beer there. Or do I? Or do I? Because they do sell it. Let's get off the topic before I say things that are inappropriate. Because it's time for the agenda. The agenda today is showing yourself love. Okay. Fridays are about love. So I'm going to give you, because we don't have a lot of time, but I want to make the most of it. We're going to talk about some ways that you need to consider showing yourself some love. Empty cups can't pour into other people. And then that's an example. That's one analogy for if you don't show love for yourself, how are you going to be able to help your family or those around you? How can you show up? Or what about the analogy of the face thing that comes down in a plane? You have to secure yours before you can help the person next to you or the child next to you. Because if you're not getting oxygen, you can't help them put their mask on. That's what we're getting at. Showing yourself love. Do you need to show love to others? Absolutely. Do you need to show love to the planet? Yeah. Do you need to show love to anything that's that's surrounding you? Yeah. We're going to talk about you too today. Showing love, showing up, and showing love for yourself. First topic. Get help. That means whatever it means to you. Get help. Are you neglecting your teeth? I had mine cleaned last week. I took the amoxicillin before the appointment because I have had surgery within the last 5 years in my feet. Got plates in there. I'm the bionic woman, basically. Get help. See about your teeth. Can you see? Go get your eyes checked. Go get your eyes checked. Do you feel lumps? Be real with yourself. This is for my ladies. Have you not had a colonoscopy? I literally sent my brother a text about colonoscopies the other day, and he's probably going to hate me for bringing this up. But once you get to a certain age, let's just be real. You should be having them. Have I had one yet? No. Should I probably get one in 2021? No. Yes, I should get one. Get help. Do you feel a ailment? Do you feel sickness? Do you feel a weakness? Some of it could be just general from pandemic weakness mentally because we're weary, or some of it could be real things that you're ignoring. Stop ignoring yourself. Get help. Get help could also mean raise your hand and say, you know what? I need therapy and I need to talk to someone about this or I'm about to go crazy. Get help. I am a person of faith. And often in this community of faith, people think that you are not being a good Christian, so to speak, if you go to a therapist. That's bullcrap. That is bullcrap. Going to see a therapist is like going to see a doctor. And they are a resource to help you on your wellness journey. Stop the stigma. Culturally, people of color often don't do it as much. I don't know why. But we need to stop it. Let me completely expose it. And if there's someone out there who needed to hear this, hear it. Go get help. I'm a big fan of therapy. I'm a big fan of therapy. I'll do it again and again and again. Okay. How else can you ask for help? In the circle of people around you, who can help you? Who do you need to say, listen, I just need to talk? Or who can you say, I love it when you send me memes. It makes me laugh throughout my day. Keep sending them. There are people that I send memes to. If I love you, I send you memes. And if you're tired of it, just let me know. But I do that because during my day, I'm laughing. And I want people to laugh with me. So I'll send it to someone who I think will get the joke. Maybe you need to say to someone, I love that you did X, Y, Z. That made me feel good. Tell people what you need. Ask them for help. Do you need somebody to drop some Coke Zeros off? Need someone to go get your favorite meal because you don't do DoorDash and just drop it off at your house at the door? Ask for help, everybody. Please ask for help. Those are 3 examples of asking for help. Let's move on to the next topic of showing love for yourself. Showing up, showing love. Do you need to say yes or no? Maybe you need a few more yeses to things. Like if someone says, can I do something for you? Then say, oh, I'm good. No, maybe you're not good, but you don't like to admit that you're not good. Admit that you need the help they're offering. Take them up on it. Or do you need to say, no, we got the holiday season coming up. Maybe you don't want to host. Then say that doesn't work for me. Say, I'm not going to have people over this season. I love you, but that doesn't work. That's a complete sentence. No, that doesn't work. And don't feel guilty and don't feel like you need to over-explain any of that. Don't do it. Next, get safe. Is there something in your life that is a threat? A person let's be real. Are you living in danger? This pandemic has fueled domestic violence and child abuse and alcoholism and drug use. With all those instabilities, people could be at risk. Well, we use these meetings for the best possible way to add value. So if there are people who are in danger physically or emotionally or even financial danger because of someone else, my heart goes out to you, number one. But I also want you to consider seeking help. Get help. Leave the danger in a safe way. We get real in these meetings, y'all. We get real. Let me talk about one more before we. Yeah, there are two more. One. Okay. The next one. Stop it. Stop following the person that you like on social media to see what they're doing when the relationship didn't work. Stop torturing yourself to see who they liked and whose photo they liked. Stop torturing yourself to see what updates they did. Stop. I've done it. I know what I'm talking about. Let me just see what they're doing. No, stop seeing what they're doing. Put a boundary on yourself. The boundary is that you're not into the business of torturing yourself with what's happening with someone who has rejected you by showing that you want to see what's happening in their life. And it's like pulling that Band-Aid off and it hurts, but you've got to pull it off. And in this pandemic, I'm sure it's very quick. Many of us are very quick to do this. I know what it's like. I did it. I've done it before. Let me just see. Don't just see. Stop. And the last one, you got to keep finding joy. I'm not going to stop saying it. I'm not going to stop saying it. In the middle of this year that can be considered so trashy, there is still some goodness to be found and experienced. And I'm going to challenge you to find it. I know it would be much easier for us to just get here and just complain about 2020, but my energy doesn't go that way. And even when it wants to, there's a piece in me that won't allow it. I just can't do it. So in these meetings, our agenda will be geared towards the opposite, finding joy in your everyday. Here's what I found today. I had a taste for sushi. So I went to my favorite sushi shop, also known as my grocery store. I have a grocery store that has a sushi bar. So I went and got the crunchy California rolls. Oh my God. And the spicy California rolls. It was so good. Exactly what I needed. So it was a roundabout trip. It was a little out of my way, but I decided that it was worth it. Where are you finding good things and joy in your life? Today mine was sushi. Tomorrow will be something else, but you've got to find something every day. I also like my beanie. I love it when I can wear a beanie. Is this called a beanie? Whatever. This hat makes me so happy. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because I like this and my baby likes to say that's a ball. And I'm like, yeah, it's a ball. Mommy's wearing a ball on her head. I don't know what yours is, but you do. So I'm going to encourage you to find the joy. What's your action? Get help in whatever way we've discussed. Medical doctor, boundaries, therapy, saying no, saying yes, finding joy. Put it in the comments and tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're doing. I need to hear from you, and I want to make sure that we are continuing to move forward together. I know it's hard. That's why we're in a community. Tune in next week. We're still going to have meetings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You see the link to the podcast? Join it, because I need you. Know that I love you. I'm saying these tough things because I want us all to grow together. And I'm happy you're here. Thank you for accepting the invite to the team meeting. I love y'all. I'll talk to you soon.